Students, so today we are going to discuss about the sources of electricity, and after that we'll see the construction and working of a dry cell or primary cell. Now, sources of electricity. Now, electricity can be generated using sunlight. Electricity can be generated from sunlight by using solar panels. Okay, so I think you heard the word solar panels. They are device that convert solar energy from they convert solar energy into electric energy. And similarly, electricity can also be generated using water by rotating the water turbine. So- and coal is the actually we use the coal more than water and sunlight. Okay, so in thermal power plants, they burn coal and they generate electricity. So in your home, the electricity is coming actually from some thermal power plants. Okay, so thermal power plants means they burn coal and they generate electricity. And similarly, electricity can also be generated from wind and nuclear power plants. Okay, now there are other kinds of sources of energy. For example, this is cells. So this is the picture of a primary cell or cell. So in general term, you call this one as battery. You call this battery, but this is not battery. This is actually cell. So electricity can also generated using these cells. Okay, so actually inside this cell we have two chemicals. These two chemicals react and they produce electricity. And these cells, they are actually also called primary cells. Why primary cells? Because you can use these cells only once. Okay, and after the using you have to throw this cell. Okay, so that's why it is called primary cell, because you can use only once. Now there are secondary cells also. Secondary cells means you can reuse it. Okay, for example of secondary cell is your lithium ion battery. Lithium ion battery or your mobile battery. It is actually cell, but we call it battery. So your mobile cell, okay, or mobile lithium ion battery, it is example of secondary cell, because you know that you can charge your mobile as many times as you want. Okay, you can charge your mobile. So charge your mobile means you can reuse your the cell inside the mobile. Okay, so that's why it is a secondary cell. Or car cell is also a secondary cell, but these are actually primary cells, because you can use this one only once. Now this circular, this is actually another battery, this circular thing. Okay, we use this kind of battery in our watches. If you open your watch, you can see this kind of, so not battery, you can see this kind of cells. Okay, so this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. Now in this primary cell, in this cell, this knob like part. Okay, so here where you have knob, this upper part is actually your positive terminal, and this lower part, this flat surface, is your negative terminal. Okay, so knob means positive terminal, flat part is your negative terminal. Okay, so similarly here it is your positive and it is your negative terminals. Okay, so positive you can retain, negative it will be written in the battery itself. Now we have to see the construction and working of dry cell or primary cell. So this kind of we will see the construction of this kind of cells. Okay, and how it works. So this dry cell or primary cell, it is also called Leclanche cell. Leclanche cell, why? Because this cell, this kind of cell, they discovered by a French engineer his name was George Leclanche. Okay, so George Leclanche discovered dry cell or primary cell. So that's why it is also called Leclanche cell. Okay, now construction and working. So here you can see the inner part of a dry cell or primary cell. So inside you have a carbon rod. Okay, so this carbon rod, it behaves as a anode or positive terminal. Okay, sorry, cathode or positive terminal. So here you can see this. So here inside you have the iron rod. okay, or positive terminal. Okay, it behaves as a positive terminal. It made of carbon. Okay, so outside, just outside the carbon, so red part is your carbon. So just outside the carbon, what you have the manganese dioxide and carbon paste. So this green part is your manganese dioxide and your carbon. Okay, now just outside of this manganese dioxide and carbon paste, so green part is your manganese dioxide and carbon paste. So outside this you have ammonium chloride and zinc chloride paste. So in this part, so outside this manganese dioxide paste and carbon paste, this one is your actually, this is actually your ammonium chloride and zinc chloride paste. Okay, now the outermost part, which is made up of zinc container. So this outermost part, okay, it is made up of zinc. Okay, it is made up of zinc. Okay, so this is the construction of a dry cell. So the innermost part is what? Innermost part is your carbon rod. The just outside the carbon rod, the green part is your manganese dioxide paste and carbon. The just outside this manganese dioxide and carbon, you have ammonium chloride and zinc chloride paste, and the outermost part, the this orange part, this is actually zinc container. Okay, so carbon rod, so I am telling you again, in the innermost part is the carbon rod. Just outside the innermost carbon rod, you have the mixture of activated charcoal and manganese dioxide. Then outside this manganese dioxide, you have the ammonium chloride solution and zinc chloride, so ammonium chloride and zinc chloride jelly. And this, the lowermost part is the zinc casing. So this zinc actually it behaves as a negative terminal. Okay, and this carbon rod, it behaves as a positive terminal. Okay, and this carbon is connected with a brass cap. Okay, so there's this brass cap, carbon is connected as a carbon is connected with the brass cap. So carbon behaves as a positive terminal, so that means the brass cap is also behaves as a positive terminal or cathode. And the zinc it behaves as a negative terminal, that means it behaves as a anode. Okay, so if you connect connect a bulb with it, so the bulb will, the small bulb, obviously the bulb will glow. Okay, so the current will flow and the bulb will glow. Sorry, and current will flow from electrons will flow from negative to positive terminal, correct? But current, we assume that current flows from positive to negative. Okay, so this is the construction of zinc casting. So let me tell you one thing, that electrons always flows from negative to positive terminal. Electrons flows from negative to positive. Why? Because in the previous class I've told you that, so suppose this is a copper wire. Okay, so inside the copper you have what? You have the many free electrons. Okay, metals generally have many free electrons. Okay, oh, sorry, conductors, they have many free electrons. So inside this copper wire you have many free electrons. So it is connected with battery has a negative terminal and positive terminal. So this negatively, so electrons are negatively charged particles, so they will be attracted by this positive. So electrons will come in this way towards the positive, and then again this from this negative terminal electrons will escape. Electrons will be generated from the negative terminal, they again flow in the conductor. So in this way, anti sorry, in clockwise direction current will flow. In clockwise direction current will flow, clockwise direction electrons will flow. But we assume that current flows from positive to negative in opposite direction. Why? Because when current discovered at that time, electrons was not discovered. So that's why at that time we assume that, like water flows from high potential to low potential. So we assume that similarly current is flowing from high terminal to positive to negative terminal, or high terminal to negative terminal. But when we discover electron, then we observe that the case is actually opposite. Actually electrons flows from negative to positive, but we assume that the current flows from positive to negative, we assume current flows from positive to negative, but actually electrons flows from negative to positive. Remember, electrons from negative to positive and current from positive to negative. Okay, so construction is finished. Then working of this carbon rod. So working, actually there is chemical reaction occurs between these two chemicals. Okay, their chemical reaction is happening between these two chemicals, but this chemical reaction is not in your syllabus. So due to this chemical reaction, electrons are generated. So actually what happens, the electrons they escape from this carbon rod and they accumulated in the zinc rod. Okay, so if electrons are negatively charged particles, so if electrons escape from this carbon rod, so this carbon will become positively charged terminal, because electrons are negatively charged terminal. Okay, and zinc, if electrons are accumulated in the zinc, then zinc will become negatively charged terminal. Okay, so for example, suppose carbon has 0 rupees and zinc has also 0 rupees. Okay, correct. And if you take some money from zinc, it will, suppose you are taking to 5 rupees, so zinc will become, the zinc has how much rupees now, minus 5 rupees, because initially it has 0 rupees but you have taken 5, so it has minus 5. But carbon has how much, plus 5. Okay. So electrons are negatively charged terminals. So if electrons escape from carbon, they will become positive, and if they accumulate in the zinc, they become negative. Okay, so this carbon rod or this brass cap, it behaves as a positive and zinc behaves as a negative. So now if you connect a wire, then connected a wire with positive and negative terminal. Okay, and this, suppose if this wire is connected with a small bulb, then this bulb will glow. Okay, so electrons will flow from, in which direction? Electrons will flow from this negative to positive terminal. Correct, electrons will flow from negative to positive, but current will flow from positive to negative. This current, direction of current, positive to negative, because we assume that current is flowing from positive to negative, but actually what is flowing, actually electrons are flowing, but electrons are flowing from which direction? Negative to positive terminal. Now last part is, okay, so battery. So what is battery? Battery is actually arrangement of two or more cells. Okay, so here you can see that the 4 cells are connected. How they are connected? You can see the positive terminal of a battery is connected to a negative terminal of a battery. Here the same, the positive terminal of a battery is connected with negative terminal, and this kind of arrangement is called series connection. SCRIES, series connection. So battery means when two or more cells connected in series, or in simple words, when two or more cells are connected, then it is called battery. So here this is actually a picture of a battery. So there 4 cells are connected, so this is called actually battery. Okay, so we use this battery in TV remote cells. Okay. And there are secondary cells also. Secondary cells means we can reuse this kind of cells, so that's why they call secondary cells. These cells can be used multiple times. Okay, n number of times, and you can recharge them also, so that's why they are called secondary cells. Secondary cells means you can use you can use them multiple times, and primary cells means you can use them only once. Okay, and this, okay, as these cells can accumulate electricity, they are also known as storage cells. Okay, because they can accumulate electricity. So that's all for today. Next class, in the next class we will start conductors, insulator, resistors. So thank you for today.